Walk of shame, huh? What the heck? What's up, guys? I am back again with some more XR Classic content. I'm actually in my car on my way to a secret location here in California to range test the XR Classic. As a lot of people know, I've been working on boards for close to 5 years, at least 5 years on my own, but almost 5 years professionally. But I have also been known to put a fair amount of miles on my boards in short periods of time. I know last year I helped a local business with a little test that they were doing on one of their prototype tires. We needed to put as many miles on that tire as we could in the shortest amount of time. And we needed, I think the benchmark or the goal was about 1,000 at first. And then we ended up running into some issues with some out around tires. And I got to the third tire and I think we agreed upon 800 miles, but I am just the type of person who, when I put my mind to something, I'm gonna do it. And I said, I will still get you 1,000. So what I ended up doing is I ended up putting 1,000 miles on that tire on my GT in about 13 days. I took away a couple days for Shredfest because you can't really rack up the miles out at Shredfest. You can ride quite a bit, but you run your battery down riding all the trails and the uphill and all that. But not counting Shredfest, it took me 13 days to get 1,000 miles. And the final day of June last year was a 150-mile day. So that was pretty epic. And let me tell you, I have never felt pain like that in my feet before. It felt like they were bruised literally to the bone. But it was awesome. It was worth it. We were able to figure out what we needed to figure out. And I swear I took like 2 weeks off of riding after that. It was crazy. But today's gonna be an easy day. Unless the XR Classic has 100 miles of range. I mean, I guess even if it does, I'm prepared for that. But it doesn't. But even if it did have an insane amount of range, then today's gonna be an easy day compared to all that. So I'm pretty stoked to figure out what the range is. I'm actually going out to Folsom, California. It's not really a secret, but Lake Natoma has an amazing bike path that goes all the way around the lake. And it's actually a lake because there's a dam there. So normally it would be part of the American River. But it's a beautiful spot. It's really chill cruising, and that's the way I like to ride. I'm not much of a trail rider. I'm not much of a trick rider or anything like that. So I'm just gonna get out there, and I feel like this is probably the best way to test range. Just give it a nice chill ride. And when I say chill for me, I like to cruise around 20 to 22. This board might have a little bit more trouble up beyond 20 because I'm expecting to get pushback at that point. But I've been riding the GTS all summer. Wanted to put it through its paces. I'm not a big fan of the range, but apparently the range is actually similar to the XR Classic. So we will find out if that's the case or not. I've been getting about 18 miles on the GTS per charge in a place where I would get 30 on my GT. So I am going to do the rest of my drive here, get to Folsom, and I will check in with you guys once I get there, so sit tight. You guys, I'm disappointed in myself. I did one of the dumbest things I've done in a long time. I forgot to bring my helmet, and I don't ride without a helmet, but I've already decided I'm going to today if I can't get a helmet from this pedal stop across the street. So I'm gonna go in there and check it out and see if they have a helmet either that they can loan me or that I can buy, and we'll go from there. So we'll see what happens. Well guys, I was not able to get a loaner, but I was able to get a rental, 15 bucks for 24 hours. So maybe I'll hold on to it for 24 hours. I don't know. Why do I look like I'm in witness protection right now? I don't know if it's that dark on there, but yeah, I got myself a helmet. 15 bucks, business expense, rightfully. Can't go without a helmet. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys the content that I came out here to bring. Not worth driving back. So here's the deal. I am ready to start this range test. I'm gonna hop on the XR Classic. I'm at 99%. It's fully charged, but it says 99%. I literally have 0 miles. You probably can't see it, but maybe I'll put the screen recording on there or a screenshot. I have 0.0 miles on this board. It has never been ridden. So it's bone stock. We've got the stock foot pads, the stock tire. I did put the tire at 17.5 PSI. I weigh 175 pounds and it's 70 degrees today. This is a route I can normally get about 30 miles on a GT and about 20 to 22 on an XR, give or take. I shouldn't say that's typical. I have gotten 22 on an XR on this same route, probably in the middle of summer when it was triple digits. And batteries love, I don't know why they love working better in the warmth, but they do, even though heat kills electronics. But I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can get out of this XR Classic, and I'll try to check in at maybe 75%, 50%, 25%, and we'll see what we can get out of this thing by the end of this ride. It is 3:13. I've got my goofy helmet on, but remember, it's always important to wear a helmet. I know a lot of people don't, and that's your personal choice, but there's no reason not to. So I'm gonna get this ride going and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I really hope the wind doesn't wash this out, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't love the tire on this thing. It's very different from what I'm used to riding. I have been riding the Street Pro 2, and this tire's a little bit wider, so it's not as carby as I'm used to. It still feels good. The compound feels nice, but I need to get used to it, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, first impressions, the board feels pretty good. It does kind of have some loose braking, and I'm riding, I should have told you this at the beginning, but I'm riding at pretty much out of the box settings with the exception of the single zone sensor. So I did not change anything else. I didn't change the braking aggressiveness or anything like that. So that could potentially get tuned out, but yeah, we'll see how the rest of this ride goes. All right, guys, we're at 86%, and I have gone 3.2 miles so far. So that seems like a fair pace, but my feet are absolutely not liking the hard foot pads. Obviously, I already ride a hard foot pad on my front foot on my other boards, but the rear, I ride the Cush wide. So a little bit of adjustment going on here, but it is also the first 3 miles. I have always had some level of foot fatigue the entire time I've been riding. I have flat feet, and I don't know if that's just part of that, but some people say that it gets better. If it never gets better for you, don't worry. You're not alone ultimately. So yeah, I'm just taking a little foot break, 3.2 miles, 86%. And that means that we have used ultimately 14%, or 13 if we count the fact that it said 99 when I started. So we will see what the rest of the ride holds. Okay, I had to stop again. I'm at a place called China Wall. You can see the water right behind me here. Super cool. But I also forgot to tell you at the last stop that I hit pushback for the first time on this board, and it felt pretty sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like my tail tilted back pretty far, and that doesn't feel good when you're riding 20 plus. I think my top speed right now is 21.4, so it's probably when that happened, but it didn't feel good. And then I hit haptic buzz on the straightaway coming up to China Wall here, and it did not tilt back the same way. So I don't know if I was just maybe going downhill and it felt more sketchy or what, But I also did a quick calculation. The 3.2 miles divided by 14, which is the amount of percentage that has come off the board, would be about 0.2286. And if I was to multiply that times 99 or 100, depending upon how we want to look at the battery usage, that's going to put me close to 22 miles plus. So we'll see if that pans out. That would be pretty cool. It wouldn't be as good as the GT, but it wouldn't be as bad as the GTS. And that could be a nice little middle ground. Kind of takes me back to XR days, like I was saying, but we've got more power now. So I will keep in touch or keep you guys updated. We are officially at 75% and I have gone 5.5 miles. So we're still on track to get 21.98, 22 miles. So things are looking pretty good. And check out this view. This is the Sac State Aquatic Center. Did you see the dam back there? Let me see if I can point at it. I can't even tell. Somewhere right over here. And you got a bunch of geese landing in, ruining the shot. Guys, I'm filming here. I think they're trying to get it on. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not ready for this, my virgin eyes. I see another one-wheeler. I don't know who it is, but I'm about to go by them, so I'm gonna see what's up. That was super cool. So it just happened to be a guy who not only did I run into out here last year when I was walking my board back during a walk of shame, but I also did a tire change for him, and he is currently the world #1 in mileage on his pint. So if you want to know who I just ran into, open up your Onewheel app, go to the leaderboard and look for the #1 mileage for pint, and that is the guy. So that's exactly who I just saw in front of me. Stopped and chatted. Well, I didn't stop, but I rode next to him and chatted for a bit. Yeah, it's really cool running into people you know out here, which happens a lot. I mean, I've been riding in this area since 2019, and I know a lot of people. We co-founded Gold Country One Wheel out here. A lot of people ride with us. That guy doesn't. He's kind of a lone wolf, but if he rode with us, I think it would probably hold him back from busting out so many miles. I was out here talking about how many miles I could put on a board. That guy makes me look like a preschooler. All right, guys, I'm at, my watch will show me 57%. I just ran the calculation again, and we're sitting at about 21.86 miles that I should hit if I keep this pace. So it's gonna be a little tricky because on the way back, I have to manage the battery to make sure I'm not going up the final stretch of this, which is a slight incline. And when you have a low battery and you're going up an incline, you don't necessarily want to try to push it. So I'm gonna try to keep things manageable there, and I will keep in touch. Stop sign. Since I'm at 56%, I think it's time to turn back, try to manage this. I don't want to be exactly at 50. Didn't quite get as far as I was hoping, but this is very similar to the XR so far. So time to head back. All right, guys, that took a little bit of a detour. We are really in Fair Oaks right now, but I could not come by here without stopping by the bridge. So if I have to do the walk of shame later because I took a little detour to see this bridge, so be it. It'll be worth it. Okay, so I just took a little bit of a bathroom break back at the aquatic center, and I'm at 32% and I've gone 14.1 miles. So I'm gonna do some quick math here. We need to divide the percentage by the mileage. So that would be, if I've gone 32%, I've used about 68%. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that out right now. 68 divided by 14.1. 68 divided by 14.1. I'm saying that to my watch. That's not right. 14.1 divided by 68. 0.2074, that is correct. Okay, that's more like it. So that is just under 21 miles. We'll see how close that is. Slowly but surely, the average has come down from about 22 to closer to 21 now, and we'll see if we can make that or not. I'm gonna pass that same one-wheeler I was telling you guys about pretty soon, so try to get him on video as I pass by him. All right, guys, the GoPro is dead. So I knew I should have thrown that extra battery in my pocket. It's in my glove box. Super helpful, right? Anyway, I've got 22% left, and let me try to, I had to use my nose because my hand's busy over there. 15.7 miles and 22%. So, guys, honestly, I'm gonna try to show, the sun is going down. I am almost, oh, here's our buddy right here. I'm almost, I am almost back. I've got less than 30 minutes to get this helmet back to the place I rented it from. And that percentage, 22, I don't know how that's gonna fare for me. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna make it back in time, and I also don't know if this board's gonna make it before I hit the red light. So we will see, but wish me luck. I mean, we're running out of battery on the GoPro. Could the one wheel be next? Guys, I have 9% left on this thing. I don't know if you can see it, but 9%. And I don't know if I'm gonna make it back. It's getting a little bit colder. I did not bring a hoodie. I just brought my chillest t-shirt. Actually, this is, even though it says chillest, it's pretty warm. So I just hope I make it back. The sun is about to go down, and we're close, but not close enough, so I'm a little concerned. Anyway, I'm gonna get back on this and hope that we make it. It's dead, guys. You are never gonna believe this, though. This thing literally died. Right next to the bike shop. What are the odds of that? I'm gonna go return this helmet. I will never forget my helmet again. I looked like a goofy biker today. Nothing against bikers. Or maybe I do mean offense. I don't know. No, nothing against bikers. I saw a lot of them today. But shout out to Ed over here at the pedal stop. I'm gonna go take this helmet back. $15 well spent. If I would have fallen, it totally would have been worth it. So, final verdict. What did we hit? I don't want to cover the camera here. Kind of tapered off a little bit. 19.5 miles. So we hit 19.5 miles. I thought we might hit 21 or 22, but fell just a half mile short of 20. That uphill on the way back kind of killed it, but I got the benefits of going downhill on the way there. So 19.5, 175 pounds, 70 degrees for most of the ride, and now it's probably in the mid 60s. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And also, I bet you thought I was gonna do the walk of shame because of that clip from the beginning. Nope, was not gonna happen. I managed time better than that. I managed battery better than that. All right, time to get this thing back. Later.